Production of Romeo and Juliet, and we have with us the artistic director, Ada Circashvili. Is that not quite?
Well, not yet. Everybody.
Natalie Burke and Alex Mills, and they are playing the titular roles of Romeo and Juliet. So welcome.
Thank you.
And let's just jump right in. Tell us a little bit about, let's start at the beginning, how you founded Synetic and how you came here to the DC area and Arlington.
Sure, I'll try to be short, kind of long story, but after Soviet, I'm originally from Republic of Georgia, and after Soviet collapsed, I get a chance to move out. I left in Germany. I founded a small theater company, Drama Theater, and I was touring around. In 1996, Irina, my son, and I landed in Dallas Airport. So since then we are here. So 1998 we founded a theater company, and that's how we started. For sure, it's a long story.
Right. And then eventually you had to move to Arlington.
Yeah, and in 2001, so I moved out from Washington, D.C. The theater was named Stanislavski Theater Studio. I think you remember that. So the Church Street Theater. So and then, with my partner, I had a little trouble to do the business together with, artistically, and then I just branched out, and I moved in Arlington. So Norma Kaplan, the chairman of Cultural Affairs. Yeah, she offered me an amazing deal at Raspberry Spectrum, and they offered me the space and the incubator program that Arlington has, and that's what made us successful. Since then, we are pushing hard and making our best.
Wow. We're very excited to have you.
Yeah, to be here.
Yes, and you've earned many Holidays awards and really do unique things.
We've got 79 nominations and 21 awards.
And the Romeo and Juliet that you're about to remount right now is sort of the second mounting of this. You did this earlier, too.
Correct.
And it's part of Speak No More series, right? So want to tell us a little bit about Speak No More?
Well, Speak No More is the idea to bring Silent Shakespeare Festival. So what is it about? I mean, you probably heard that Synetic is known doing Shakespeare without words, and I decided that open the season with our best work we've done so far. Macbeth, Othello, and Romeo and Juliet. That was a Speak No More festival. So now 2 shows are behind us, and Friday we are open Romeo and Juliet. So the idea was like to get the chance for the audience who has heard about us, and they never get a chance to see it. So I hope that you're going to come and see it.
Natalie Burke as playing Juliet. Yes, so tell us a little bit how you came to Synetic and
I was 15 when I came to Synetic. I was working with an acting coach named Juliet. I had seen Dracula, and Pato was Dracula, and me and my mom went to see it, and we just fell in love with the movie. We thought it was so amazing, and we branched out and we found that they had a children's theater called Classica at the time, that's now Synetic Family Theater. And I started working with Lilia, and after a couple of months, there was an audition for Carmen. And I went to the audition. I had just turned 16, and I got cast in the ensemble in it. And I've been with them since then. It started in 2006.
Right, and have you acted with any other companies, or are you solely a Synetic actress?
Well, I live in New York now, and I do other things, film and theater. Well, in the span of time that I've been working professionally, Synetic takes up most of my career.
Your heart.
My heart. Synetic is my heart. It's where I started, and it's where I'll always be drawn to because it's such different, unique work. So, but yes, I've done other works, but this is one.
And then Alex Mills is playing Romeo. And tell us a little bit about your background and how you came to Synetic.
I came to Synetic when I was 19. I did a year of And then I decided, I actually auditioned to go to Boston University, and that was this whole ordeal, and ended up not being able to afford it. The tuition was just crazy. So I was like, okay, I'm going to take a year off, I'm going to find out what I want to do, maybe find an art school that I was really attracted to. But actually that summer of 2008, Ben Kunis, who's a company member, he is a friend of mine. He has mutual friends that I was doing a show down in Fredericksburg, which is my hometown, and he saw me in the show and said, come up to callbacks during the summer, which is usually when the whole training session happens. So I came to callbacks, which really was slash rehearsals, rehearsal casting for Cabin Dr. Caligari, which was going to go up in the fall. And then I was casting Caligari, and then that turned into hosting guest, and the whole war, happened. And so I was fortunately, about to want to be in the ensemble as hosting guest, and then I've been in every show since.
Looks like it's a big...
Yes. Well, tell us a little bit how you cast actors in your shows. What do you look for?
Well, unlike a traditional theater, our actors, they have to be able to transform differently, act, and do just the physical acting, if you understand what that means, also surreal transformations. It's quite complicated, so they have to be able to move, dance, and sometimes need sing. So it's we have a program that they have to go through, that training program, which is 3 months kind of. So we select, we audition actors, and then when we see that somebody's a really good actor and able to move well, we invite them to participate in the training program, and from there we will see that who is going to be casted in which show. And sometimes they don't get through, so it's not easy.
What's your intuition rate? How many actors don't make it to the training program?
Let's say so. Out of 10, maybe 2 goes through, and 8 drops, or they are not able to go through because it's time consuming. You have to really work hard, physically demanding, lots of bruises, sore muscles, and it's not that simple.
And then when you're planning a season, do you think about the actors that you already have sort of trained up, or how do you go?
Absolutely. But the good thing about blessing is that to have a company when you have almost like 45 actors lined up, trained actors lined up, they are ready to jump in and do it. So it gives me a chance also to call the season through actors, because I know Alex, okay, let's do Midsummer Night's Dream. He was perfect. For it. I mean, actors are inspiring me. So I reached a point, it's not just only me sitting with books and inspired by the story. Now I'm inspired by actors. And that also helps a lot.
And Othello, like it says, Othello was done because of one actor.
Yeah. Roger Fayano, he's great.
Right, play the fellow. And this remounting of Romeo and Juliet, were either of you in the original production of Romeo? So you're both brand new to the production.
Yeah.
What are some of the challenges of appearing in a show that had accolades before taking over the roles?
It definitely has pressure to it. The people that the Ben Kunis and Courtney Crusoe both were so beautiful in their roles. It's definitely a challenge filling their shoes, but I think both of us are very passionate about it, and I always wanted to play Juliet, so of course I'm not going to be exactly like Courtney, but I think that we both share a mutual love for it. So.
Yeah, and I think that's the point, is that we're not, when I first did a remount, I was pretty new to the company, was Dracula. And I remember thinking, and watching the DVD and going, oh, I have to do, and at the time it was this guy Greg, who was trained for years with Synetic, and his technique with mine was so perfect and everything, and I was like, oh. So being so fresh and young to it, I was like, I had to fill his shoes, and then having more experience now, is that we're not filling their shoes, but we're doing Romeo and Juliet our way.
We're creating our own now.
We've adjusted the story, we've adjusted choreography, we've adjusted...
It's no way that anybody can, repeat use actors because, again, there's no text. We don't have the same monologues, but what we have is emotional flow, which is different experience.
Right.
So, and that's what is unique about it, that you are bringing new energy and new element and new angle to read that show, emotionally to read that show. I mean, it maybe sounds weird, but I mean, they are able to touch your hearts and touch your souls without saying any words. It's very unique, very, very challenging.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys are both quite a bit younger than the previous one.
I don't know.
How old were they?
I think Ben was 24, 23.
Or somewhere like that.
Romeo was about that.
I mean, I guess we're slightly.
No, we're
Yeah,
slightly
we're closer to the 14.
I'm closer to 14.
It's amazing to watch them on stage. And they look great here, but they look much better on stage.
And I'm so glad to have all of you here with us. I would like to open it up to you guys to ask questions on this rainy day. Anybody have anything?
The ballet skills that your people have. I am not an aficionado of ballet, but the skills are impressive. And it seems to me that the ones I've seen, maybe it's more selective than I think it is, but all your people seem to be able to move in that fashion. And one reads and sees in movies that the training for a ballet artist takes years and years and years. And you've got kids and you've taught them in 3 months. How is this possible?
First of all, 3 months is just intense workout that we can determine who is in and who is out. And after that, training is never stops. So even though some company members like Philip and others, they are with us more than 10 years, they still continue to master the skills. And it's not just only ballet or modern or dance moves, but it's different expressions of body and the different dance skills, like from Eastern European moves or Western. It's very unique, and it's not particularly one thing. It's synthesis of different art forms, of different dynamic art forms, which brings together movement, physical expression, spoken word, and so on together and tells the story, which is really, not that simple, but I think very organic and very cinematic as well.
And just to add, in the performing arts, a lot of actors do have dance training, and I danced all through my childhood, and I really didn't like dance class. I took ballet class, I learned the foundations of it, but that was not for me, but I had the foundations of it. And you've seen people that can move and people that can't move before. And what happens is we get all these people in a room and you can clearly see some of these people have the ability to just jump into it and others don't. So in the sense of being able to catch on within the 3 months, it is kind of like a survival of the fittest process. You either have the ability to morph and mold and be able to feel one another's energy and be able to pick things up quickly, or you don't. And they're
Fake it till you make it.
like, you never took ballet before, right?
Yeah.
But he's just an unbelievable mover. I mean, his body bends like a
Well, it's
gymnast.
ERA also too. I mean, while we do learn some ballet with the technique stuff, ERA teaches a general sense of sort of fluidity, plasticity, like we say, just how to be graceful on stage. So that nothing is, for example, when we're doing a dance that maybe is elegant and involves waves or something, just that it's not clunky and the angles aren't there, just aiming down our fingertips so that everything it looks very graceful. So therefore, it translates that.
She helps
makes
us
us
be
look
more
like
graceful. She makes us look like dancers. She does.
Could either one or both of you tell us what a typical day or week is in terms of how you're spending your time?
At the theater, like working on the shows and whatnot?
Well, whether you're
In general.
in a play or
Oh,
not.
just in general.
I mean, well, I've sort of, I joke, but I've gone on sort of, we have, well, I joke, show diets or show routines. So for the past 2 weeks, I mean, it's like pretty much going to the gym every day, depending on watching what you eat. I mean, because we have costumes that we have to fit into, and Anastasia, who's the costume designer, she loves skin-tight things, she loves things that are really formed in the body, and sort of trying to embody that, especially for Romeo and Juliet, this youthful energy. So I've been even working on the physical aspect of it, just to endurance-wise, but also just reading things about. I'm like to absorb as much as possible. So if anything, I'll research Romeo and Juliet. I'll watch clips. I mean, even the terrible versions of Romeo and Juliet, the MTV movie that was made, I'll watch clips from that and read certain quotes and just see how that's sort of what we're taking from the text and what we put on the stage, and make sure that it connects.
It actually sort of starts to consume your life. I mean, we work till very, very, very late hours of the night, and I'll get home at midnight and sit in bed and just like be watching things and watching the old show and reading something new. And I mean, but that's the process of actors in general, I think. We wake up late and stay up all hours of the night trying to embody this beautiful beast that's art. I don't know. I mean, that sounds silly, but it's true. So.
Most actors, they have daytime jobs as well.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Most actors, they have daytime jobs as well.
That's just a reality of the
I
arts.
think every DC actor.
Every DC actor usually has another job.
To wrap it up, this question also is, just please keep in mind that when we audition actors. We don't call dancers to audition for us. We audition actors, good actors, who is able to learn how to move and dance, because acting skills is advanced. That's what really makes our shows to flow, and that what brings to you flows. Acting skills. And of course, moving, dancing, it's part of it, but acting is the one.
I've been in shows for many, many years. I love them. You began to call yourself physical theater, but you didn't call yourself before. You didn't use the word physical. I was surprised the first show that I went to, when you read the synopsis of the actors and actors, that they were not from the dance world. I didn't see it as dance, to be honest. I did see it meshing. I saw it more aerobatic. I saw it more gymnastic.
Yeah,
I dance, but I didn't see it as dance. I love your theater. My question is, though, is this out of the Eastern European tradition of physical theater? Because I've never seen physical theater anywhere else the way you do it anyway.
Correct. I was thinking about it, because there is in the community, in the theater community, theater critics, the theater goers, like there's a struggle. Who are we? What's the name of us? And okay, Synetic is just a brand name, but what's the style? Is that what kind of theater is that? And identity is very important. So, and I learned that in this country we don't have physical theater. And Eastern European is very much traditional. Lots of physical theaters, physical acting, physical performance.
But without words?
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. It's a type of theater that always tries to break the frames and be out of the box. Because, if you think about it, when the theater was founded, how many centuries ago, right? It's still same sometimes. I mean, the rules. There's like, okay, Stanislavski theater system or whatever, but we like to find new angle of the storytelling. We like to find new expressions, new language, theatrical language. That's what I mean. It's like in a movie. What is movie? It's just spoken word only? Of course not. It's visuals. It's dynamics. It's music, and that's what exactly we do. I mentioned cinematic. Maybe my background in film directing, I graduated film directing, and maybe that's what influences me as well to create a story like a film. My script looks like a storyboard. I put sounds on it, I put music on it, and tell the story through visuals as well. That's what it is, and that's why I call physical theater, because it's very much physical same times, and there is nothing around in this country. And I thought, give a shot and maybe to establish some new approach and new ideas here. So far it's working, and we want to claim that we are Washington DC area's the premier physical theater, but we want to become America's premier physical theater.